Good morning. Good wet Wednesday. Wet Wednesday. Where's the fucking sun? I mean, I remember in the 70s when we went on school holidays for the 6-7 weeks, the sun had a dial and it turned on as soon as it was school holidays. What's this? Because it's so frustrating because they want to go out and do stuff, but when it's cold, you can wrap up, and rain, it is a pain, but we have hoods and we have umbrellas. But if you've got little ones, they can't go down the park. I used to take a towel and just wet down the park, because rain can ruin a day out for kids, just want to be out. Unless you make the most of it and you do put your things on that are invented for rain, and you take them out in so many puddles, and there's only so many puddles you can do, really. It's just annoying, isn't it? Just some sunshine, please. Anyway, a few things. 5-0 to the Lionesses. Doing well, aren't they? I mean, it probably was an easy game with China yesterday, and 2 other goals disallowed. How rude. They were a bit, I know they've got to do stuff, but to give Bronze a yellow card, rude. She did not deserve a yellow card, and do not touch Bronze, because she's the mid-thing, the lady who can play very, 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 very good football. I've only got into football since the Euros, because I've never understood it, didn't like it, just because I'm from that side of the world, which I will touch on in a minute. Everyone just presumes you come out of the womb either red or blue, and I had no interest in football at all, and then the women started playing. And they've been playing a long time, but it was just, they caught my eye when they played the Euros, and I just thought, actually, they're pretty amazing. And ever since then, I've just loved every game that I can get to watch. So, well done, England, and hopefully... it's sad that China seem to be quite easy to play, but apparently any of the ladies' teams that do play, they only play in China, they don't actually ever play outside of there, so they might not be used to our very clever players, like Bronze, who didn't deserve a yellow card. Anyway, more about me, just a few little facts I'm just going to touch on. That I'm 49 next month. Closer to 50. But hey, I'm 50. If I get to 50, I'm glad to be here. It's something to look forward to. The fact that a couple of my friends didn't make 40, let alone coming up to 50. So, I think it's something that it's not to do with middle age either, because if you think about it, most people in the UK are ladies are average to live to 79 in the UK, and men 82, 83. So actually middle age is like late 30s, early 40s. So you've passed it. So all them people having a so-called midlife crisis at 50, stop it, because not many people live to 100. So it's not really midlife, is it? Sorry to drop that on you, but your midlife's past you. It's gone. Middle age, done. So, look forward to getting older, not old. So yes, nearly 50, but hey, look forward to it. I'm closer to 47 than I am 50, so we'll go from that. Born on the Wirral, in 1974, in the 70s, when the sun was out, when school holidays happened. I moved here in 1998, so I've been here in Garforth for longer now than I was on the Wirral. And in that time that I've been here, which is many, many years, some people have got my accent quite quickly. Apparently the Scouseness comes out more so when I've had a few red wines. But over the years, on 5 separate occasions, people have thought I'm from somewhere like South Africa. No. And then last week, the Northeast, Geordieland. I'm not your typical Scouser. I don't have a strong accent like my brother who lives on the Swellington, and he's disabled, my brother. Well, he's disabled because he's got a Scouse accent, but he is disabled. He's tetraplegic. But, he's there to be taken the mick out of. That's what you do, siblings, don't you? He's Scouse and he's disabled. Not much down for him, really. He's lovely, really. But, anyway, yeah, I don't have a very strong accent, never have done, because I've always been a sort of front of house, I suppose. And always sort of had to, not that you should shun an accent, but there's some Scouse accents that are all a bit, and ever since I have left, the Wirral was always like sort of had a curve on the accent, sort of a not as strong accent as a Scouser, but then you had the Burconians that wanted to be Scousers, so they just ranked it up, and everything went along and everything. So where the Scousers are more, where the Berkonians were like, Mah. So a bit Mancunian in a weird way. But anyway, I've left, and every time I go back, it's the whole Scouse accent has changed. If you look, going back to the Beatles' time, and Cilla Black, it was quite had a nice tone to it. The Scouse accent, quite slow and lovely. Now, I usually ask my friends to interpret, because I do not understand it. It's changed a lot. But anywho, we move on. I am one of 4 children. Obviously the favourite, being the only girl, being the most sensible. And I love good food. And I mean good food, stuff that you make. None of this ultra-processed rubbish. Even though I do look like a fish finger sandwich. I do love good food. I'm not talking like a plate with just little few bits on. You know, I want to feel like I've had a pie and mash. But I like good food, good home-cooked food, proper food, and I will try anything and everything. I'm always like up for tasting good food, especially if you go to a restaurant and you've never had it before. Try it, because that's the best way it's going to be. I love vegan, I love vegetarian, I love meat dishes, I love everything. I don't know what they're called, because everybody has a thing. So if you're veganism, vegetarian, carnivore, I don't know what everything is. Everythingarian. Eat it all-arian. Who knows? I have a dog. I love my dog. He can be a dickhead quite a lot. In fact, he probably seems or deems the term dickhead as a sort of a term of endearment now, because he gets it called a lot. And if you have a dog, the dickheads, they are dickheads. They would never last in the wild anymore, because they're so rubbish. So rubbish. And I love good coffee. Don't give me instant. Don't talk to me about instant. It's like talking to me about Crocs. Don't talk to me about them either. But instant, don't offer me instant. I'd rather have just water, a cup of tea. Not that fussed on tea. But give me a good cup of coffee, and then I'm your best friend forever. I like swearing. I do. I love swearing. It's one of my favourite pastimes. And some days, like yesterday, I had a really big C day, you know, where you just keep saying the C word. I'm not going to say it on here because some people get offended by it. I don't know why people get offended by swear words, because they are a form of aggression. They're a form of meaning. They're a form of feeling. And they're so much better, because the words that you never want to hear is, you've got cancer, you're going to die soon, someone's died, someone's dead, oh, you've been made redundant. They're horrible words that no one wants to hear, ever. So swearing, if you're not meant to use them, why would they be there? So, you know, it's part of my day, and it makes me feel better, because I can say things that really get off my chest. Anywho, moving on. We are sharing lots of things with regards to Nest, which is coming up at St Aidan's. We did mention it last week, and we put it on the blog. And we're working with the marketing team for the next 6 weeks to actually promote it and tell you all about what's going on. It's happening on our doorstep. Tickets are really cheap. You can get them for 12 quid if you're an LS25. There is a promo code. If you look at the blog from last Friday, it's going to be so good. I've got some tickets. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be something that we've never seen before with Northern Youth Theatre. And it's going to be on. Don't moan about it. Just go, because it's going to be something brilliant. And the fact it's happening this side, you know, we're getting it. Not on the bowler hat of North Leeds. We're getting something that's full of culture and full of theatre and full of beautifulness, and embracing St Aidan's for what it is. And you think in the future that this is how theatre will have to go. It'll probably go outside, so it's a good thing. Last night there was an accident at the Miller and Carter roundabout, and it is a bit of a bugger of a roundabout, because people do tend to have accidents, and I think it's because they rush. But it was one of the milk floats, obviously on his rounds early in the morning, and all his milk went everywhere, which is crap. There's nothing like spilt milk. You should see the thread about spilt milk, and ain't milk brilliant, and lots of milk jokes. But at the end of the day, it's his stock that's gone awry and round the roundabout. So I felt really sorry for him, actually. It's a bit crappy that his stock has been lost, and he could have been going around the roundabout a bit too fast. He might not just not be insecure. It's just been one of them accidents. But if you have a look at Yap app, the thread of milk jokes, I suppose it's better than people just being horrid. But I just felt sorry for him, because that's his stock gone, and he will be a small business. Tweet or not to tweet? That's the next question, isn't it? Now it's called X, if you've noticed. Is that after SpaceX that Elon Musk has now put everything with an X? I am considering just banning it. I mean, I'm getting myself off anyway because I don't use it that much. And he's changed retweet because there's no bird anymore to repost. And I said for last year that I think he'd just do something with it, try and make it better, flip it and sell it for a profit. Well, he's not doing that, is he? He's just ruining it and peeing people off. So it'd be interesting to see how many people actually come off it, because they've had enough if he keeps making these silly changes. Traffic lights on the islands, obviously, another 5 weeks to go. So it's going to be one of them things, isn't it? They'll either come in on time, come in 4 weeks, or it'll be 8 weeks. But they're obviously trying to do it while the school holidays are there. And they keep moving. And when they did move up towards Tesco's and the fire station, they got the traffic lights out of sync with the main traffic lights. And that was a joy. But it is a bit of a pain in the arse. But, you know, gas things have to be done. But there seems to be a lot of gas things going on. Facebook, I just have to warn you, because there's always lots of things that go on Facebook, on your personal page and business pages with regards to Facebook doing this, that and the other. And if you don't do this and don't click this button, this was going to happen. But there is, and then usually a load of rubbish, but there is one that's fact I shared on my personal page yesterday. There are knobheads out there who are cloning, not hacking, that, well, I suppose they are in a way, but they're cloning your page. And then pretending to then invite themselves because they've cloned your page. People think it's you, and then they're then hacking into other people's accounts from that. So just put up some advice on your page that you are not asking for a friend request. If people see your picture or your profile asking for a friend request, it is not you. So the cloners can go and do one, because there's always a knobhead in the world, isn't it? And that's who they are. Coming up, Lotherton Hall has got loads of things going on in August. One with the Vintage Weekend, Secret Garden, which is like a theatre production, I think, and obviously members party as well. So have a look at Lotherton Hall page because there's lots going on. I'm trying to fit it through because we're now going up to 12 minutes. Tutors. If you're thinking about a tutor for your child, either primary or secondary, we put something up on Facebook and the website yesterday, which automatically happens. We've got the lovely Stacey of Primary Success Private Tuition for primary school, and then secondary school, the lovely Chris and Sharon in the team at Kit McGrath. We personally use Kit McGrath, and Chris, it was brilliant with both children. But if you're thinking about it, it might be worth thinking about it to book in maybe some September onwards, or just keep them in mind for private tuition, because they're the two locals for primary and secondary, especially with Primary Success, if anyone going into year 6 and wanting to do SATs and whatnot. So, some more facts. I've been doing Zumba for 12 years and I love it. I hate heights and bridges, and it really, really makes me want to vomit, and it makes me really creepy other side of ships. Blah. Have a wet day.